This looks like a terrifying ghost story, but the real twist will make your stomach drop. The movie opens with a young couple desperately fleeing through the forest as they are hunted by a ruthless local gang led by the notorious Chong. Hoping to escape, they hide behind a group of trees. Unfortunately, their hiding place is quickly discovered. The gang catches them, brutally assaults them, and murders them without mercy. The story then shifts to a peaceful rural village, where we meet Yod and Bua, a young couple deeply in love. Despite their strong bond, their relationship is opposed by Yod's family because Bua is mute. To make matters worse, her father abandoned the family years earlier, causing many villagers to look down on her. Even so, Yod refuses to let anyone stand between them and remains determined to marry the woman he loves. One day, the couple spends time by the river collecting crabs for dinner. On their way home, a group of troublemakers throws a stone at Bua before running away. The attack leaves her injured, and Yod quickly takes her home, where her mother treats her wounds. Later, Bua's mother privately asks Yod to end the relationship. She believes he deserves a better future and worries that her daughter's difficult circumstances will only bring him hardship. However, Yod refuses to listen. He declares that he doesn't care what the villagers think and insists that nothing will change his love for Bua. Despite the constant criticism from both families and the community, Yod and Bua continue spending their days together. They fish, cook, and enjoy the simple happiness of village life. Living in the same village as Chong and his two criminal companions. They spend their days stealing from hardworking villagers, intimidating innocent people, and causing trouble wherever they go. Even Chang's wife frequently scolds him for his reckless behavior, but he ignores her warnings. One afternoon, Yod and Bua return home carrying a bucket full of freshly caught fish. Chong and his gang intercept them, steal the fish, and begin harassing Bua. Yod bravely steps in to protect her, but he is easily overpowered. Fortunately, Chang's wife arrives just in time and forces the gang to leave. That evening, Yod's father once again urges his son to move to Bangkok in search of work. He believes city life offers better opportunities than the struggling village. However, Yod refuses, explaining that he values the peace of village life more than the uncertainty of the city. The following morning, a local thief steals a bunch of bananas from a shop and escapes. Moments later, Bua walks past carrying bananas of her own. Mistaking her for the thief, the shopkeeper publicly humiliates her. Unable to speak in her own defense, Bua breaks down in tears. Later that day, Yod's mother visits Bua's mother and demands that Bua stay away from her son. She makes it clear that she will never accept a mute girl as her daughter-in-law. Hidden nearby, Bua overhears every painful word. Heartbroken, she wanders into the fields and cries alone. Soon afterward, Yod finds her and comforts her with a heartfelt embrace. He promises that he will never abandon her and assures her that they will be married someday. The following day, the couple returns to the river to fish. While Yod is repairing their fishing net, Chong and his gang quietly sneak up behind them. They abduct Bua and drag her deep into the forest, where Chong attempts to assault her. Although Bua fights back with everything she has, she is powerless against the three men. Meanwhile, Yod notices Bua has disappeared. Searching frantically, he discovers one of her slippers and immediately realizes she has been kidnapped. Racing into the woods, he finally finds the gang attacking her. Without hesitation, he fights them alone. Despite his courage, he is hopelessly outnumbered and brutally beaten unconscious. Chong then assaults Bua before murdering both of them in cold blood. The gang buries their bodies in a remote part of the forest, believing their crime will remain hidden forever. That night, Bua's mother anxiously waits for her daughter to return home. When morning arrives with no sign of either Bua or Yod, both families organize a search. They eventually discover the couple's belongings abandoned near the fields. A villager later reveals seeing Chang's gang chasing them the previous day. Convinced the gang is responsible, the families confront Chong. As expected, he threatens them into silence. Left with no other option, they report the disappearances to the police. Unfortunately, the officers dismiss their suspicions due to a lack of evidence and even speculate that the young couple may have simply run away together. Meanwhile, one of Chang's accomplices, Lek, is overwhelmed by guilt. Haunted by memories of the murders, he suggests confessing everything to the authorities. Chang immediately threatens to kill him if he ever speaks about the crime again. While hunting in the forest, the gang begins experiencing terrifying supernatural events. They repeatedly encounter what appears to be Bua's ghost, forcing them to flee in panic. That night, while drinking and partying, Lek wanders away alone. He discovers a mysterious woman dressed in white lying on the ground. As he turns her over, he is horrified to find Bua staring back at him. Terrified, he runs away. From that moment on, the gang is relentlessly haunted by disturbing visions of both Yod and Bua. Unable to sleep, Lek confesses to Fet that he wants to leave the village forever. Fet admits that he has been seeing the same terrifying apparitions but believes escaping their past will be impossible. During another hunting trip, Lek once again encounters Bua's ghost. Panic consumes him as he runs blindly through the forest, only to be struck on the head by a heavy tree branch, killing him instantly. Soon afterward, Fet also becomes consumed by terrifying nightmares. Desperate for protection, he visits a temple and prays for forgiveness. He later begs Chang to confess their crimes before it is too late. Instead, Chang violently attacks him and orders him to remain silent forever. That night, Chang suffers a horrifying nightmare in which the spirits of Yod and Bua appear beside his bed carrying an axe. The following day, while fishing alone, Fet hears strange noises coming from the river. Suddenly, an unseen force drags him beneath the water, where he drowns. After the mysterious deaths of his companions, Chang's father begs his son to confess his sins before he suffers the same fate. Still refusing to admit any wrongdoing, Chang remains convinced that silence is his only chance to avoid prison. Late one night, Chang hears strange noises coming from his kitchen. When he investigates, the lights begin malfunctioning, and every candle he lights mysteriously goes out. Moments later, Bua's ghost appears before him. Terrified, Chang repeatedly stabs the figure with a knife. When the lights return, he makes a horrifying discovery. Instead of the ghost, he has fatally stabbed his own wife. As Chang collapses in grief, someone suddenly strikes him unconscious. When he awakens, he finds himself tied up. Standing before him are Yod and Bua, alive. The shocking truth is finally revealed. Shortly after being buried, heavy rain softened the earth, allowing the couple to regain consciousness and claw their way out of their shallow graves. Though badly injured, they hid deep within the forest, treating their wounds while secretly planning revenge against the men who had destroyed their lives. Using fear and deception, they convinced their attackers they were being hunted by ghosts. One by one, Chang's accomplices fell victim to their carefully planned revenge. Now, with nowhere left to run, Chang begs for mercy, the very mercy he once denied Bua. This time, however, his pleas go unanswered. Yod and Bua finally deliver justice, ending Chang's reign of terror and